Welcome to Therapy Inspired podcast. As therapists, we have a unique view of the world. We hold a space for grief and trauma, and yet we also get to witness resilience and healing, all while being human ourselves. We hope to share helpful psychoeducation with our insights from our world as psychotherapists. And now a disclaimer. We'll be talking about things related to therapy. However, listening or engaging with this podcast does not equate to a therapist-client relationship. And while we may discuss insights from working with various clinical issues, we don't reference specific cases. Hi, everyone. My name is Darby Crosby. I am a registered psychotherapist and also in the Registry for Marriage and Family Therapy, and I run a virtual clinic in Ontario. Welcome back to Therapy Inspired, a podcast where we explore mental health and challenges of everyday life with warmth, honesty, and real talk.
I'm Kameela Osman. I'm a registered social worker and a psychotherapist. I have a clinic in Bowmanville where I see in-person clients and I see clients throughout Ontario virtually. We are so grateful that you've joined us for this first season. Today marks the final episode of season 1, and we wanted to end on a note that feels light but deeply meaningful.
So this episode is called Beyond Bills and Bedtime, Finding Each Other Again Through Play. Because between parenting, working, and surviving, so many couples forget what it felt like to just enjoy each other. And when everything feels so serious all the time, playful connection can feel out of reach. But it's not gone. But let's talk about how we can bring it back. It happens so gradually. One day you're goofing around in the cereal aisle, and the next you're tag teaming daycare drop off and trying to remember if anyone's paid the hydro bill. Even the most connected couples can slip into sort of function mode and focusing only on the things that need to be done and are too exhausted to do anything after that. And the spark is gone. But it does get buried under the logistics, fatigue, and routine.
Let's break this myth right now. Play is not frivolous. Play is how we build trust, intimacy, emotional safety. It's how we co regulate with our partner. It reminds us that we're still friends and we're not just partners managing life and bills. When couples laugh together, they buffer stress, they reconnect without needing deep talks every time. It's important to have that lightness and levity. And most importantly, you'll feel close, even in the middle of chaos. And so, all the things that can happen in life. The Gottman 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work. Gottman is a researcher on relationships. He talks about one of his principles is turning to words. So, looking at thousands of couples, he's found play and connecting with each other, connecting when the other person is trying to make a bid for connection, is one of these key principles for having a lasting marriage. But it can also be relationship, whatever your relationship may be.
The idea of being playful sometimes feels foreign with all the work that we have to do, or maybe even uncomfortable. And often couples do feel this. There are some real reasons why play fails, like chronic stress, burnout, lingering resentments, or emotional distancing that happens throughout the relationship, fear of vulnerability, or even rejection. And just plain forgetting how to have fun because we have to deal with the kids and bills and everything else. And when life has demanded survival mode for too long, joy can feel out of reach or even awkward. Or like one more thing you have to try to do and they maybe even fail at. But this isn't about pressure, it's about permission.
So, how do you know your relationship might need some lightness? You might notice that you only talk about what has to get done, the errand talk. Laughter feels rare or forced. Touch and intimacy may feel distant and mechanical. Everything feels like a task. Even connecting may feel like a chore at this point. These are normal signs of disconnection, and it happens in many relationships. It doesn't mean that your relationship is doomed if you're seeing any of these gentle cues that your relationship, it can be gentle cues that your relationship might need some emotional breathing room.
So, and there's good news. Play can be brought back slowly, naturally, and without big expectations. So there's a couple things that we can try to bring that playfulness back. Maybe at dinner time, or, after the kids are in bed, you can play the silly this or that quiz. Or, the other more recent one, would you rather, have hands on your feet or feet on your hands, right? Those kinds of things, which are silly and create connection. And watching or sending each other funny videos. Like, I know that sounds kind of corny, but it's nice to get a nice, happy video in the middle of the day because it says somebody was thinking about me. And now I get a moment of happiness and recharging. Reminiscing about early inside jokes, spontaneous dancing, even if you don't do it well, it's okay. It's only you and your partner. And doing something unexpected just to see them smile. You don't need to do a big getaway or make magic big gestures. You just need little moments that still say, I still like you.
And if your partner doesn't respond right away, or if you're the one that's feeling unsure, you don't have to force it. You can start with curiosity. What would help us feel more like us again? What are some things that we used to laugh about, used to enjoy? What would it feel like to flirt a little again? What are the ways that you used to do that? Play really is a doorway for connection. If it feels locked, that's okay. Just start with those gentle nods, make those bids for connection, and like I said, don't feel, taking it too hard. If the person doesn't connect, it sounds like, if you're at any of these stages with those flags, it might be that it's just been some time before you connected. So it may take some time before you reconnect.
Well, that's a wrap for season 1 of Therapy Inspired. Whether you're in a relationship, healing from one, or working on rediscovering yourself, we're so glad that you have joined us on this journey. Thank you. If this episode made you smile, nod, reflect, share it with somebody that you care about, and let them know that they're not alone in wanting more joy, more connection, and more lightness in their life. You can follow us on Instagram at Elite Counseling and at Crosby Counseling. You can find us at elite-c.com or at darbycrosby.com, or you can reach out at darbykameela@gmail.com with your thoughts, stories, or ideas for season 2. We'll be taking a short break, but we'll be back with even more real conversations soon. Until then, find a moment to laugh, to rest, and to reconnect. Because amid the bills and the bedtime routines, you deserve joy. Bye for now.
Bye.